Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Friday, May the 26th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Weekly wrap up. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Okay, end of the week, right before the holiday weekend. Let's just remember, risk management. Never lose any more on any one single trade than you're willing to lose. Okay, let's take a quick look at the week. We still have about 7 hours left in the trading day. And all the gaps have filled for the week. The weekly open gaps. The pound is 73, 74 pips below the weekly open. 108 off the high and 55 off the low. And we just had some red news about 10 minutes ago. And I had my shorts on before the trade or before the news, and so I collected as price dropped. Zoom out to the monthly, 186 below the open, 314 off the high, 57 off the low. For the opening range, we're below the opening range for the week and the opening range for the month. For the year, we are 277 pips, now 274 above the yearly open. We're still in the after effects of that news, so price is definitely jumping around. 316 off the high, 562 off of that yearly low. And notice, yesterday, we broke through the inside bar, the weekly inside bar from 5 weeks ago. We're back inside that range here. And we're also inside the monthly inside bar range. Even with red news, there's only one pair over 100. That's because of the holiday weekend, most likely. Traders, they probably just have the junior traders there. Told them don't do anything too crazy. All the senior traders are probably out on their yachts. Notice this hour so far had a big down move all the way down to 56. There were some interesting points. I had called out, I think it was either 60 or 62 to Walmall. And so we definitely hit those levels. Yeah, it was right about here. Yeah, 63, somewhere in this area. I think it was actually that top right there. And looking, you can see we filled the imbalance right here. So that's one of the ways I look to make those calls about where price needs to go. You can just look down and see how many imbalances it needs to fill. So when you're in the trade, so right from here to here, you can see there's an imbalance. You see a big red candle. You just kind of wait and see what happens at this level. And I do believe it bounced. So that was at the 65 level. So if we take a look at the 1 minute chart, not sure why it's taking so long. And computers froze up. That's kind of interesting. So just think, what would you do if your computer froze up and you were in a trade? Do you have your stops in place? Do you have a second computer or phone on the same account that you can watch and see what's happening? What if your internet dropped out? Once again, do you have a backup? So these are things that you have to take into consideration when you're trading, especially if you're trading large quantities, big positions. So you need to have something so you can have a backup. So I think I said 62. So you can see right here, price almost got down to the 62 level, and then it bounced up about 10 pips, and then it came straight back down. Then it hit that, let's see, actually dropped slightly below it, came back up, back down, back up, back down. So when you're looking to see where to get out, that's using those imbalance areas. That's just one way to do it. Now it looks like it wants to head down to the launch pad around the 40 area, and I think I'll start looking for maybe to put another trade in if it gets down into the launch pad. It's close. Then we got this nice M15 return bar. So for the day, Bambino Flex said go short. Bias at R1 was short. Actually broke through yesterday's high and came back down through the R1 the first time it touched it and reversed. We took out the pivot. So far this month of May, we've got 2 missed pivots up here. So we might have some more missed pivots for the year. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 in March. For the weekly, we've got 2 missed pivots here in March. I believe it's these 2 right here. And for the monthly, we've got a missed pivot last month. In and out of that upper wick zone, you can see here we entered it, came out, entered it, came out the top side, back in, back out, and all the way through on that news. So this 63 level, that's probably the other reason why I was talking about it. It was the open of yesterday. And looking at the ranges for the week, oh wow, only 164 pips. Not much of an improvement over last week. We did not break out of the weekly high, but we did break out of the weekly low by 84 pips. High minus close for the red rats on the weekly, 106. Close minus low for the green rats, right now 58. Buy zone traders, high minus open 35 to the north and open minus low 129 to the south. And just looking at the price action simple chart here, you can see once again trading with the M30 candle color, which would also be right now the H1 candle color at the line, paid off. Looking at the psychologicals, 0075. It didn't quite make it to the 00, so it came back to this 75. Then it went down, didn't quite make it to the 50, so it's heading back towards that 75. And notice how many times it crisscrossed the previous day's open here today. Looking at the higher low, lower high with the 3-level ZZ, you can see we had a lower high here. Could have taken that trade, would have put you you took that trade on that first breakout, you would have saw some drawdown by about 5 pips or so, and then price came back and it's rocketed. You'd be up 8 pips or more. Now, one thing to look at, you can see right here, we've got this imbalance. Notice when we opened, there was this imbalance, but now this candle came down, filled it, so it's good to go up if that's what price wants to do. So being able to see those imbalances even before that candle closes gives you an idea where you can enter, where you can exit, or whether or not you want to stick in a trade. And that's probably one of the hardest things to do, is know when to stick in a trade. Range 372. We're not the lowest. There's a couple months lower. Year-to-date accumulated range. I think we pushed it a little bit. Yeah, we're up to 877 here. So we're at 877. But the range, if you look at the ATR percent, you can see we're still lacking 57. It's better than last month's 47, but just not that much movement range-wise. Close minus open percent from the year, we're only up 2.3. So gave back some of that profit in April. So if you were a money manager and you were up 3.9% for the year, and now you're back down at 2.3, what would you do? Let's see, was there anything else here we really wanted to look at? Oh yeah, the average, the ATR for the month, 649. So we're not close. I just have to laugh because it's just too funny to me, these numbers when you're running these, looking at these stats. Once again, the high minus open. I think I wanted to switch this over to high minus previous high. And the same thing here. Just to see what those breakouts look like. So, if the previous bar is green, the breakout, so you can see here 2 pips or more, 62% of the time over the last 1440 H4 bars. So, looks like a pretty high percentage trade there. When you get to 3, get to 5 or 6, it's pretty much a coin flip. Now, if the previous bar is red, you can see you got a lot lower percentage on those breakouts. Just something to keep in mind. That's how you run these stats, so you can figure out what to do, what not to do. So, fellow traders, here in the US of A, we've got Memorial Day weekend, big weekend. A lot of people start their first barbecue of the year. So, no matter where you are, please have a fun and safe weekend, with the emphasis on safe. A lot of craziness going on in the world, on the highways, and just out in large crowds. So, keep your head on swivel, and that way, when you come back to your trading platform, you can always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.